US.
Sir, it's what does the national single window mean to you?
Okay, national single window, like you did mention during your introduction, is to streamline trade and also centralize trade within all practitioners. Where all government agencies will come on one single window. We call it one single dashboard. And everybody will have his own inputs there. If probably the goods you are bringing is sun related or NAFDAC related, you upload the documents. Government have to go through, your invoice, and after that, the bill you have to pay is there on the system. Everybody is seeing it. Everybody is seeing what is going on. And after the payment, you just do your clearance, and that is gone within a short while. Based on what we were told during the sensitization, within 24 hours or 48 hours, your goods are as good as gone.
Okay, it is meant to integrate the operations of every agency within the maritime sector.
All the agencies.
On one particular platform.
Yes.
So that the action of clearing the goods and documentation from one agency to the other is encompassed in one single platform. Is that what it's supposed to achieve?
That is what it is. That is why I said you did mention streamlining. All agencies will be on that dashboard. Whatever documents you are putting in there, no matter the agency where probably is connected, either connected to SON or NAFDAC.
Or the customs.
Or customs. Everybody is seeing it on that dashboard. The documents you upload on board, immediately it is checked and it goes through, it's scaled through. You're as good as gone. You just pay your duty and you carry your goods.
All right, sir. Our concern on this topic, on this program today, is the issue of sensitization of stakeholders. I know we have importers and exporters, as I read out in that brief article sentence I made. We have freight forwarders such as your good self. We have the media. We have all manner of people who are stakeholders within the maritime sector. A large number of these people have not really been sensitized or engaged as to what the essence of the national single window is all about. Do you think this is right?
No. If some people are saying that they have not been probably reached, as in to invite them during the sensitization, well, I won't say that it is good. But for what I know, there is a wide sensitization going on single window. Sometime last year, when the committee first came to Lagos, I was opportune to be there at Marriott Hotel Ikeja. And they did promise that they are going to reach out. Some of us, we made our input. We submitted our own input during that time. That so many other stakeholders that were not there. For instance, the IMAN, Importers Association of Nigeria, they are major players, they are major key players when it comes to maritime industry, because they are the one that goes out to buy goods, then ship them to Nigeria. They have to be involved. And they said, yes, they're going to do that. Then when you talk about the maritime journalists, of course, if they don't involve them, that means they don't even want this thing to go wider, because those are the people that will, reach out by publications of, whatever sensitization that is going on. They will put it there for the whole world to see. So I think there is need for them to also be involved.
Yeah, actually, I'm a little bit emphasizing on these groups of people, because I was in a kind of interaction with importers a few days ago. As I yesterday, they were still asking what this is all about. Why are they not engaged? Why do you think? I know that the sensitization is still going on, And I think I've been able to reach out to one or two persons within that project, the National Single Window. That's the people, the committee. I know that it's still going on. But the purview of the National Single Window actually talks about the importers and exporters first. And these are the people that they are supposed to, first of all, meet before even other stakeholders within the sector. Don't you think that that's a bit of an anomaly?
Yes. You might say that it is an anomaly, but I think what they want to do is that the people that are really, doing the processing, like the customs, the NAFDAC, the SON, because these are the people that, without their documents, being there in the system, you can't be able to flow. You can't have your goods out of the port. So these are the people that they first of all have to, integrate and collaborate with to make sure that the single window project will, the sensitization will, while they were now trying to make sure that they reach out to other stakeholders. You understand? I remember during that sensitization program at Marriott, the SON were there, customs were there, FIRS, they are there. In fact, I think the head of the committee is from FIRS, and some other agencies were there. Freight forwarders and associations were there. CRFFN is also there. So you could see that they are trying to make sure they start from, but that does not mean that they will not reach out to importers, because these are also the key players when it comes to the maritime industry. So they will have to reach out to them. I'm believing so. They will reach out to them.
Yeah, but they have just about a month to go, and then the time is running out.
Yeah. Sorry, sir. The 27th of March, to me, it's just like a piloting stage. It's going to be like introducing it.
You think so?
That
is that what their intents are?
That is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
That is what I'm thinking. They will have to. Even at now, sensitization is still going on. And I believe after the pilot stage, the sensitization will still be going on. You understand? And I am aware that they will make sure that every other stakeholders in the industry, just like the maritime journalists,
the importers,
the exporters, they will bring them on board. They will have to. They will have to bring them on board. And by the special grace of God, I know one of, I think the man is just like, what do they call it? A consultant, to single window. I know him because he always reach out to me. I will reach out to him after this program to see how some of these other people will have to be invited to the sensitization program.
Okay. A critical component or a critical critical players within the industry, like the shipping companies and the terminal operators. I don't know how well they have been reached out to or sensitized about the operations of this national single window. Are they going to continue doing the business as the way they had, maintain the status quo, or are they going to be incorporated into it all?
Yeah, the shipping companies are also involved in the sensitization, I'm aware. But we also entertain some little fear when it comes to shipping companies, especially because I have a personal experience. Just a few days ago, day before yesterday and yesterday, I was at one shipping company. I don't want to mention them.
Mention them, please. Do mention names.
Okay, Orange Shipping Company.
Okay.
I was marveled with the extent of what I saw. You understand? Where in this era somebody is still telling you that they have to send a confirmation to China for China to give them authority to release somebody's job. I mean, in this era of automation, where everything is there, when once a consignment from the country of origin to the port of discharge, everything is already in the system. The ones that are having issue, or probably you have not paid your freight, it has to be there. Like the job I took there is a telex job. And by the time before I got to the shipping company, my shipper has already told me that everything has been done. You understand? But you find out that they are still telling you they have to. And why doing that? The delay that we are trying to avoid is still there. So I told them that if they are not ready with the kind of speed that single window is going to bring in, they will be left aside. And every other shipping companies that are not ready, if they are not ready, that means before you know it, they are off the business. If you are ready, you have to know that everything is automated, everything is in the system. Because, for instance, by 27th of next month, if single window starts, will you be telling me that one Chinese, you send something to Chinese to authorize you to do it, whereas the system is telling me I should carry my goods? You understand? So that is the reason why we are calling on all other stakeholders, whether it is called terminal operators, whether it is shipping company, you have to gear up. You have to, brace up and make sure that you embrace this single window, because that is what is going to help us as far as this industry is concerned.
Okay. You think there's a proper alignment between theory and practical, between doing paperwork and doing the legwork on the field? Why I ask this question is, with your mobile devices, you can key in your password and then go into the system and then do all the documentation, present your documentation and everything, complete your documentation. But what about the physical goods, the cargo itself? I want to ask such questions as, are there scanners? If there are scanners, are they working? If they are working, how effectively are they working? And how are the agencies that are involved in the scanning or, taking a look at the goods? How is the coordination going to be in order to bring about an expedited goods clearing process? I mean, I'm asking now, is there a proper alignment between this documentation and
I think what you are trying to say, sir, is when you talk about theory and practical, you are talking about probably if this single window issue is not just on paper, without going to be practical. And that is why the pilot stage will have to commence by 27th of next month. You understand? So that people could see that, yes, this thing is real. Because each time we talk about single window and there is no practicality on it, people will still think it's only on paper. You understand? Now, the issue of scanning, yes, there are scanners.
Okay.
We have scanners at Apapa. I'm very, very sure of that. We have scanners at Tinkan in TICT. Yes, there might be some issues, technical issues, maybe the scanners having faults. You understand that to be fixed. But the truth about it is that there are scanners. And when you talk about single window is going to make sure there are more scanners. Like the era of SOP introduced by Nigerian Customs, Nigerian Customs. That is, the SOP is standard operation procedure, whereby any goods that comes in will have to be scanned at the ship side. The boxes will have to be scanned before it will take into the terminal. If it is groupage goods, it will have to be scanned before it takes warehouse. And if there is no dent image on your report, it's as good as, there's nothing like physical examination. The single window majorly is to reduce the human interface, because the problem we have, the issue of corruption in the maritime industry, is because of human interfacing. And what single window is coming to face out.
So it's going to eliminate physical inspection or examination of goods?
Drastically.
Drastically.
Yeah.
What are where we have issues of um, goods or cargoes embedded in those in the containers which disobey the extant rules, as in illegal items?
Good and fine. Any goods that is not within
the confines,
comfort, the scanners will dictate it. And immediately such goods will be dropped.
The cargo will be dropped.
It will be dropped aside.
Okay.
Then the owner should come and now face his warrants. You understand? The owner will come, you will be invited. Everything is, before a shipment is coming from, country of origin to it has already, the address of whoever that is bringing it. So it's not something that you can run away from. You understand? If those kind of things, it now goes into maybe physical examination, the delays is now on you. It's not on the federal government, because the federal government, the essence of this is to facilitate trade.
Okay.
Is to make sure that within a short period of time, you take delivery of your goods.
Okay. This is not only for cargoes or single goods declarations. It's also for groupage. Is it? How does it work with groupage?
It's the same thing. It's the same process.
Okay.
Groupage will still have to go, through scanning.
Okay.
It is true. When they scan, maybe majority of the groupage also comes in container. The reason why they call it groupage is that it's not only one person that owns
the items. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So when they scan it and there is anything in that box, whether you are the one or not, because it is a groupage, it will also go through physical examination.
Okay.
You understand? And then during that physical examination, what the scanners does, if a scanner scan a box, call it 40,
that's a container.
A container, 40-footer box,
or a pallet,
or 20-footer box.
Yeah.
The very area where that goods that is not within the offending goods, it will give you the exact spot where it is, and you can go there and fish it out. Okay. So even if it is groupage and it is not yours, you can still take your own out. Then the person that probably has that will now. But if it is only one person, then the person now will come and also face physical examination. Okay. The delay is caused by you, not by federal government anymore.
Okay, but it also affects the others that have the goods. There's what they call a vicarious liability comes in. If it's in a container,
if it is a groupage, yeah,
and one of the owners has offended by putting an item that's not supposed to be there inside, when they bring it out, does the law now holds everyone?
No. Inside that groupage, everybody has his own bill of lading.
Oh, okay.
So where they circulate and it is not in your own, it does not fall into your own bill of lading,
okay,
you are free to go.
Okay.
You are free to go.
Now, what about the case of, we've been hearing about potential sabotage. We know that Bodogu, when it started, it has some issues, and a whole lot of people blamed it on sabotage, maybe from the people that were migrating from their own platform to this new platform, and from certain officers or operators who do not want it to work, so that they'll continue with the human interface in terms of operation. What I hope all has been taken care of to not to see this kind of a thing happen in this National Single Window project.
Thank you, Mr. Daly. This is not an agency project. This is a federal government project.
I understand that.
Good. Now, what happened to Voptv during the era of NISIS? By the special grace of God, I'm also the public relation officer of AFLON.
What's AFLON?
AFLON, the acronym of AFLON is African Association Professionals, Freight Forwarders and Logistics of Nigeria. So my association, we really, in fact, we went to court with Webfontaine because their network was porous.
Okay.
It was costing us a lot of
time and money.
Yes, delays, in the process of clearing, and before you know it, Custom came up with this indigenous platform called Biodogu. Bodogu, yes, had some issues, because it is something that is new. And it is not really easy for people to embrace a new thing. You understand? It's not easy. But yes, the saboteurs were there because it was not also easy for Webfontaine to, just leave the stage for Biodogu to not take off. So that was why every accusing finger was
pointed at
them. You understand? But where we were now, the era of saying whether this one or this one, no, that era has gone. One thing Custom did, I'm not trying to sing praises of Custom.
If they are doing well, we sing their praises.
One thing about Custom is that they were having constant engagement with stakeholders.
Okay.
So we were pointing out some of the problems,
the flaws.
Yes, that we were encountering during the process of doing our work with Biodogu. And you could see them. I can mention some officers, by the grace of God, the CGC, he also gave them appraisal. They were there helping us. They have this, what do they call it? A help desk.
Okay.
Where if there is any issue, immediately you reach out to them. You understand? They will immediately intervene, and you understand. So these are some of the things that Biodogu has gone through, and having that platform being tested with what is now happening in single window, by the grace of God, when they will, do their piloting by 27th of next month, they will learn from some of these things that has happened with customs on Biodogu. There is no perfect starting. I don't think there's any perfect starting. So it is gradually as they come in, they have their teething problem, and gradually they will have to be strengthening the system until they will not get to perfection.
Is Biodogu also going to be inculcated into the national single window? It's going to be done away with.
Well, that issue of that question is a very big question as far as I'm concerned. We have also asked customs that, but you see, whether we like it or not, customs are also one of the major players when it comes to the industry. You understand?
They're the major players.
Yeah. So the Biodogu thing, yes, I think whatever system you have or you're operating at currently now will have to be brought into the single window. Yeah. I think that is what is going to happen. You understand? Single window is where everybody will be seeing whatever thing that is going to go on within the circle. There's a chain, the logistic chain. You will have to see whatever that is going on. The freight forwarders will be there, the importers will be there, some will be there, NAFDAC will be there, customs will be there. So whatever platform you're operating, everything will have to be collapsed to single window.
Okay. Now, there is another aspect to this. This national single window, everybody has access to the platform. Every agency of government that operates at the port, is it not?
Yes.
Well, where will the place of the Nigerian, the Maritime Police be? The people who stop your goods, your cargoes, immediately they are cleared. What will be the place of the Federal Operations Unit after clearing the goods? Because right now, what you are, the present experience is that you clear your goods, 1 kilometer down the road, you're stopped by these entities, the Maritime Police, the Federal Operations Unit of the Nigerian Customs Service. Will the single window address these issues?
Yes, of course. I am believing God that single window will address it.
I think we are being too much of a Nigerian. Let's leave God out of it. God has done his own part. What is it going to be?
The reason why I said yes, I'm believing God is because this is a federal mind. This is a federal government project.
Okay.
You understand? At a point, I was like, this, especially the FOU, the Federal
Operations
Unit. I was like, does it mean that these people don't have, authority over them? Because the way and manner they do things, importers are crying every day. After the rigorous process in the ports, just like you said, within a pole from the port, you see them, they stop you. And that is another extortion. They start extorting people. So that is what we are believing that single window is going to handle. I don't see where government has given you power that your clearance is as good as gone, and somebody stopping you on the way. So you can cry to the government and the government will listen to you. But the truth is that we are helpless now. Even when a senior custom officer releases a job, you will see one small officer who will stay flag down the container, and before you know, threatening to take you to, you understand, and before you know it, they are taking some huge amount of money from people. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And cry to anywhere. Nobody's listening to you. So I don't think it was going to happen when single window is in operation.
Why? Why do you think it's not going to happen?
Now, the reason why it will not, because it is federal government. It's as simple as that. It is not, this is not like customs. Customs, probably because it is within them.
Customs is still the lead agency in all of this.
They are. They are.
Right now, they are the lead agency. They are still going to be the lead agency when it comes on board.
They will be lead agency, but
though it probably will be supervised by the ministry. One of the ministries, the Ministry of Finance or Ministry of...
the IRS, I think, is the one that is...
Federal Inland Revenue Service.
Yes.
They are still under the Ministry of Finance.
Finance. Okay. Ministry of Finance even now is the one that is supervising the customs. You understand?
Yes,
they are. So what I'm saying is, the little issue we're having now is both the FOU and the Maritime Police you asked about. They are supposed to work with intelligence.
Yeah.
If there is any intelligence they have on any goods, they are free to stop. Myself, I will support it. They can stop based on intelligence. But what we are crying for and we are crying against is because every container that is leaving the port will be flagged down by these people, by these units. You understand? Now, randomly, the Maritime Police, they put a hold on people's container. They started with the shipping company. Association went to shipping company, fought them. They went through customs. By the time you find out that enforcement is holding your job. You go to enforcement. Enforcement will tell you it is federal operation. We said no. Are you now telling us that you are working under? That was how we were able to arrest that. Now they are now going through Shippers Council. They're going through Shippers Council. And we have told Shippers Council that we are not happy with that development. If there is any issue on a job based on intelligence, you can even follow the container to the warehouse, arrest both the owner and the goods. But not that you will disturb the flow of trade. Each time we have a meeting, we always talk about facilitation of trade. And there are people that are sabotaging that by making sure that they delay trade. And these are some of the things that especially the Maritime Police is doing. And we are totally against that. Single window, that is why I said we believe single window is going to take care of that. I don't see anybody that will stop any job that have scaled through the single window project.
Okay. Now, the essence of this Of course, we know it's facilitation of trade. Facilitation of trade, it means there should be efficiency in terms of within the operation, movement of cargoes, efficiency all the way through the logistics supply chain. We talk about issue of predictability. What time will it take for a good to move from one place to the other? The average time it takes and all that. And for you to be able to determine this, all the various components have to be taken care of, have to be sensitized, have to be involved. The shipping companies, the terminal operators, the importers, the clearing agents, the government agencies, are all these components fully considered and sensitized towards
okay, I thought where you were trying to go is underline that is compliance. What I mean by compliance is the only thing that will help from the side of the importers and that of the freight forwarders is to make sure that we are compliant. We comply with based on the papers or documents that you are going to upload. If your invoice is correct and all other documents, your bill of lading and whatever thing is okay, within a short time, you have met the issue of your son, as both the product certificate and the son cap. If it is a NAFDAC related issue, your NAFDAC, the registration and everything is okay. Within a short, in fact, the target is 24 hours clearance. That is what single window is.
That's the target.
Yes, that is
right now we are having a 21 days.
What we're having now is what it depends on whoever that is who is handling your job. Most of the job that I'm doing, I did the 2 containers just the other day, and it took me about 3 days, 2-3 days.
And we're talking about the average. You did yours, maybe you pull out 100 set of persons. Some do theirs in 3 days, some do theirs in 2 weeks, some in 1 month, some in 5 days. When you look at the average, the record says that it takes an average of 21 days.
Yes, of course. But still, it has to do with expertise. The professionalism have to come into this. A lot of people that their containers are delayed is because of the process of your documentation. Because this thing is garbage in, garbage out. Whatever thing that you submit you upload to the system, if the system did not allow it, it will not go. The same thing is going to happen in single window. All this backyard documentation that people are doing is no more going to. Yes, it's not more going to work.
There has to be professionalism.
Yes, professionalism have to play. You have to make sure that everything is right. If you do things right, comply with the things that are required in the system, you don't have any delay. That is the truth. So if you know what to do and you do it, then you get things right. That is it.
Okay, on the part of the associations such as yours, the African
Association
of Professional Freight Forwarders and Logistics in Nigeria, AFLON, what part are you playing in terms of also educating and sensitizing your members in order to comply and make the process a little bit
that is one of the things we do. If you come to our office at Ikeja, that is our head office at Ikeja. If you come to our office at Apapa, if you come to our office at Tinkan, all our members, every time we sit them down and show them what to do, we train our members, so that you will not be part of the people that will be talking down on the process of clearing, in the port. Because it is non-professionalism that is bringing the delay. So we take that as a duty to make sure we train our members. And that is what we do. We do that almost every other week.
Okay. That's on the general side. On this issue of national single window, well, is there a way you are also sensitizing and educating your people?
Of course.
Because, of course, not everybody has been able to avail themselves of the opportunity you had.
I told you, no. All freight forwarders, it is not because maybe I'm an officer in Aflon. No. Every freight forwarder had the same opportunity that I have. Right now...
Or did every freight forwarder take advantage of it?
I don't know, unless maybe you don't want. You know, sometimes people to learn is also a very hard thing to some people. You understand? But the truth is that right now, on every platform, all the station platform, there's a registration going on.
Yeah.
Aflon, we make sure that all our members, it is on all our platforms. Just click in there, then register. And good thing about single window now is that they are doing it nearby your, each port. There are one going on at Apapa, Tinkan, everywhere. In fact, to the extent that even in association offices, NACA is doing their own, NAGAF is doing their own, Aflon is doing their own. Everybody, you understand, so because we want to make sure CRFFN is doing their own. 30th of January, the registrar, Mr. Kingsley, he also had, a certification training for freight forwarders. These are some of the things that we are talking about. So anybody that is not, availing himself or herself to this, you are doing yourself. You are not doing anybody. That is the truth.
I'm going back to the question I asked before regarding the maritime police and their activities as regards the intersection of cargoes that have been cleared. What do you people do in terms of, trying to get the economic regulator to act to protect you guys in terms of, allow your goods to go after they've been cleared?
Thank you very much for that question. Let me talk from the angle of our association, Aflon. Aflon, we have written a series of letters to the Nigerian Shippers Council concerning that. Not only that, we didn't stop there. We also have visited the Maritime Police, severally on this issue. And the truth is that the way and manner of the operation is reducing. You understand? Because before now, you could see a whole shipment. By the time you go to the shipping company, they have blocked all of them. You understand? I will tell them, no. It is not done that way. If there is any intelligence you have on any consignment, you can do that. We have been saying that. But the truth about it is that, you see, Nigeria is a place where people want opportunity to make money. You understand? So that is where the problem is.
You make money. You mean illegally or illegally?
Illegally now. How can it be legal? It's illegally, sir. You understand? But Shippers Council, were on them. The last time we went, in fact, it was the whole association, that we went there, including joint association. They invited them and they were at that meeting. And it was not funny. We told them that it will not be business as usual. They have to change. But like I told you, our hope is on single window. When single window starts, it is a federal government project. I don't think that all these things will stay continue. We'll have a good environment where everybody will enjoy doing his or her business.
Okay. The customs controller the controller of customs, that's a Controller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, over the past 2-3 years has introduced a number of innovations to take care of certain things, to make for more efficiency within the system. One of them is the authorized economic operator, the AEO project, which seeks to find a faster way of allowing compliant stakeholders to take their, to clear their goods, what you used to call fast track.
Fast track.
He has streamlined it. What is the place of some of these innovations as regards the single window? We also have the one-stop shop that was recently launched, and a few others like that. What will be the place of AEO as regards the national single window?
Okay, unfortunately, one of my friends ran to me last 2 weeks and told me that, that fast track has been stopped. I said, what? How manage? The reason why I want to bring this, like I said, custom have really tried when it comes to automation. They really want to make sure that they make this issue of clearance a little more easier. You understand? But the crop of officers within the Nigerian custom are still the issue. They are the problem. I told you a story of how I had a container that was scanned, and somebody is telling me, an officer that is in charge of that scanning site that time at Apapa, was telling me that that they don't trust. They don't trust the scanners. The scanners can make mistake.
An officer was saying that?
Yes, an officer was saying that. You understand?
He probably was not trained.
So I wasn't really happy with that. But you see, the reason why he was saying it is just because they still need to...
some level of gratification.
Yes, gratification. So that is the issue. Custom came up with SOP, standard operation procedure. Their own staffs, their workforce, that is the officers over there, most of them weren't happy with that. Because if your goods is scanned and there is no dent on it, it's supposed to automatically released and go your way.
Yeah.
But some of them, they sabotage that. They came up with a time release study. When the issue of time release study came, I was like, good and fine. The SOP was targeting 24 hours clearance. They couldn't meet it. The time release study was for 24 hours clearance. And honestly, you could see where we are. They couldn't meet it up. Why? Because the same system that introduced the time release study, I remember that was during the era of Oganadi.
Nadi.
Yes.
It's
now they need DCG. When he was a controller, he was the one that had that committee. Took us around the port, to checkmate why there are delays in clearance. And me, I don't need to go anywhere. There and there, I told him that the issue is these alerts here and there. You can be doing one work and the same custom, about 3-4 departments in the same custom will be alerting the job. And by the time you go to check this one and to get it off hook, you still have to visit another one. It will take you sometimes 4, 5 to even 7 days. So how can we achieve that of 24 hours clearance? You understand? He now said, okay, that is the reason why this committee is set up. That is the time release study committee. You understand? Now from there, they are talking about, I believe that was even what they came up with this one-stop shop, where every alert will have to be in one office. So it will not be like violation alerting your job, then enforcement alerting your job, CPC alerting your job, monitoring alerting your job, CIU alerting your job. So what they want to do is that every alert will now come to one office. And like they said, if you come there, one hand, you take the thing off the hook and you carry your goods and go. So it is a good innovation. There's no doubt about that. But the truth is that everything that custom is doing, both the BOW thing that is on ground now, everything is have to be collapsed into
the national single
window. everything.
Is that speculation or you're sure of that?
That is what
is
is
that
going-
what your training told you?
But that is what is going to happen. Yes, at the training, then, because we ask questions. When we go for training, we don't just sit down and watch them,
Bamboozle you.
telling us stories. No,
Okay.
we ask questions. Because we have been, I am a field person. I don't sit at the comfort of my office to direct people to go and do anything. I have boss, yes. By the special grace of God, I'm the CEO of Globe Joy Investment Limited. You wonder, it's an agency.
You pay for that advert.
Thank you, sir. No problem. I will.
So go on, sir.
So, even though my boys are there, doing that, but because this is something I've been trained over and again, I always go into the field to see what is happening myself. So that is the reason why I can talk from this angle.
So you're quite sure that all the innovations are going to be...
It will be collapsed under one single window.
Okay.
Single window.
All right. Let's veer off a little bit into something a little different, but within the system anyway. Recently, about a few days ago, the customs also went about sensitizing stakeholders such as your good self about automation of the process of issuing licenses and permits to stakeholders. Is this a customs thing now, or is this also going to be embedded in the national single window?
It is a custom thing.
Okay.
But like I said, all is to make sure that, we talk much about the ease of doing business.
Yes.
The reason why I believe the CGC and his management team came up with that innovation is because of the rigorous process in getting the license and permits from customs.
Okay.
You understand? Sometimes it takes you either flying or going by road to Abuja.
Okay.
Go and get all this kind of license and permits. But now the innovation they came up with is whereby you can sit at the comfort of your home or in your office and you apply. I was there by the special grace of God at Custom College. I saw you there too.
I was there myself.
You came. The system is very simple. Get into, even with your device, you can register. They have a website where you register. After registration, you upload your documents, your CAC documents, and every other required documents. Immediately after uploading, then the port where your license emanates, they will send it there. From the system there, it goes there. Then when they looked at it and check, they will now approve, send to Abuja. Abuja will look at it. Immediately it escapes through, they send it back to you. Then you do your payments, and that's all. You have your license.
Okay, so that's also anticipating that the national single window is taking off, and they are automating other aspects of their operation.
Yes.
In order to generally automate the whole system.
Yes,
that is
what it is.
Okay.
That is what it is.
All right. For the almost 1 hour now, we've been talking with Comrade Clinton Okoro, the Public Relations Officer of AFLON, Tinkan chapter. Yes. We've been discussing the matter of national single window and the commencement of the deployment on the 27th of March 2026, asking if the sensitization of the stakeholders has really been, up to notch, because a whole lot of people, the media, the importers, and some freight forwarders and licensed customs agents are complaining of not being reached out to. They've not been sensitized. I hope we've done justice to the topic. Like Mr. Okoro said, the process is still going on, and more people are still going to be reached. And these are all geared towards proper automation for efficiency and, being able to get the sector to realize its potential, both in terms of creating opportunities and realizing the revenues that the federal government, is in dire need of. This has been another edition of the Maritime Frontier Show. My name is Dele Utomi. Stay tuned for another edition of the program next week. Have yourself a wonderful week ahead. Thank you very much.
To know the happenings in the maritime sector, join us on the program Maritime Frontiers on Voptv as we discuss key areas in the maritime sector from aquaculture, maritime transportation, maritime labor regulation, oil and gas exploration, ferry and passenger insurance, marine pollution and prevention, port operations, and lots more. Maritime Frontiers, exploring Nigeria's blue economy.
You blessed the boy, the girl is fine, of rice and beauty. Hello everybody, my name is Mike Abdul. Keep watching VOP TV. God bless you real good.
Hi guys, my name is Abiojola, also known as Minister Abe. I just want you to keep watching VOP TV. God bless you.
Oretolu Amishe is a banger. My name is Yomi Olabisi Yomi Akpala. Keep watching VOP TV. Baba ti sọ̀rọ̀ mi dayọ̀, ẹ wá bá mi yọ̀, mo more. Thank you, Daddy. Mio. Hello guys, my name is Tosibi. Keep watching for TV. VOP TV. God bless you.
Mo gbé ọ̀gá o, mo gbé ọ̀gá o, olódodo lọ́nà gbogbo. Mo gbé ọ̀gá o. Hello, people of God. This is your favorite girl, Mosu Exalta. Keep watching VOP TV, and you will be blessed. Love you.
Etobi gan, Etobi Olua. Hello everyone, my name is C Praise and I'm here telling you, keep watching VOP TV. Don't change that dial. We are here. Jesus is here. Glory. How glory. You see ways. Sure, don't mind my voice. I've gone so many places today. Girl, view. Okay, oh la la. Okay, wait. Hello, Lagos, Nigerians. My name is Minister K Wonder. Please keep watching VOP TV.
Hello there, my name is Damilola Ogunsi, also known as the Goldfish.
Hi, my name is Chiki Bright Emmanuel. I'm an actor and a filmmaker.
Hello peeps, my name is Yomi E. Adejumo.
Hi everyone, I'm Paul Utomi.
Hi everyone, my name is Stacey Benjamin and this is Voice of the People TV.
I need you to keep it locked to VOP TV. See, are you looking for good entertainment? You want to get good movies, good music, politics, talk shows, sports and entertainment. You really want a channel that gives you everything you need without you having to run around. VOP is where you are. That's Voice of the People.
If you're not listening to this, you're not one of us. And you deserve to be killed. Scrap chat. Don't be killed, but watch it. Or I'll find you. And I want you.
And you are locked on VOP TV. Don't go nowhere. This is where the juice is. This is where all you need for entertainment, politics, movies, and whatnot.
And keep watching VOP TV.
So keep it locked because I'm locked already, man, and it's money back guarantee. So you're gonna have a good time because I do.
And please keep watching VOP TV.
I want you to actually, I beg you, subscribe, watch it. If not, whatever you see.
You better not touch that dial because VOP is the plot.
The red carpets, awards, the razzmatazz, music, fashion, interviews, and more. Spotlight on Voice of the People Television. Let's feed you with all the juicy stories in the global entertainment space, bringing you the glitz and glamour as it is hot. Stay tuned to Spotlight, 1 p.m. Monday to Friday. Spotlight on VOP TV. Entertainment like never before. To know the happenings in the maritime sector, join us on the program Maritime Frontiers on Voptv as we discuss key areas in the maritime sector from aquaculture, maritime transportation, maritime labor regulation, oil and gas exploration, ferry and passenger insurance, marine pollution and prevention, port operations, and lots more. Maritime Frontiers, exploring Nigeria's blue economy.
Welcome to the locker room, the home of football talk that matters. I am Jerry Ampelhon. Join us every weekday, Monday to Friday at 5 p.m. Nigerian time, as we share the hot takes and hot debates in the exciting world of football. And joining me are the usual suspects, Ikechukwu and Mayowa, as we break down all the hot takes and everything that's happening in the football. Don't just watch football, live it with us. Catch us on the locker room and Voice of the People television at 5 p.m. Nigerian time. And like I always say, if not 20 minutes off, please discuss.
This is African News on Voice of the People television, where we don't just bring you the news, we bring you Africa's heartbeats, the policies that shapes our world, and the economy that determines our future. African News on Voice of the People television. Stay with us.
My name is Tao Familani, and here's to Voptv. Keep watching, stay tuned, do not touch that dial.
My name is Made Kuti, and you're watching Voptv. Keep watching.
Welcome, my name is Zika Davis. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, boys, viewers, everybody, boys and girls. This is Voptv. Do you know what that means? Voice of the People TV. You don't have a voice, don't come here. You better make sure your voice is.
This is Health Check, weekly guide to better living, smarter choices, and trusted answers. From everyday wellness to urgent health issues, we've got you covered. Health Check, only on Voice of the People television, where your health has a voice.
Behind every broken desk lies a broken promise. Education shapes the nations, but who is asking the right questions? Introducing Edu Dialogue, the show that goes beyond the surface, exposes the cracks, the corruption, and the silence in Nigeria's education system. Edu Dialogue, Saturdays, 3 p.m., only on Voptv. We break the biggest stories, from missing funds to policy failures. We ask the tough questions and demand.
Every voice, every soul, every sound comes together in harmony. This is Gospel Fusion. This is Gospel Fusion. From the streets to the steeple, from the young to the wise. With every nation, with a sound that never dies. Hop together, never dies. Heartbeat of revival. Let the Spirit lead the way. Every reverend, every language, praising God in every way. This is Gospel Fusion.
Well, it's a beautiful, beautiful Sunday afternoon, and I'm excited to be here as always. I bid you welcome to Gospel Fusion Live. And, well, my name is David E. So today, I'm excited because it's the 8th day in the month of March, 2026, and it is International Women's Day. And today we say Happy International Women's Day to all of our amazing women out there. Well, so before we get to the show proper, I want to read out a tribute to the most beautiful women that have, graced the face of the earth and are still here. To every woman who has ever walked the earth, today on International Women's Day, the world pauses to whisper your name with reverence. You are the quiet heartbeat beneath every sunrise, the one who carries stories older than time in your bones, yet still finds the courage to write new chapters every single morning. You have been the gentle hands that cradles newborns in the dead of the night, whispering promises into tiny ears when the rest of the world sleeps. You've been the fierce voice that rises in boardrooms, classrooms, courtrooms, and streets, demanding to be heard when silence was once demanded of you. Today, we celebrate you. You are just half the sky. You are the reason the sky dares to hold stars. Happy International Women's Day to every single woman out there. And of course, my amazing and beautiful one, I better have happy Women's Day to all of you. All right, well, I had to do that because, we don't celebrate these people hard enough. But then again, it is that time of the year that we need to consistently celebrate this amazing, amazing souls that have, of course, done so much for you and I as men. And I dare say today, I would want the men to go to our comment section and put just down there, Happy International Women's Day to every woman, your sister, your wife, your niece, your mother, grandmother. Just celebrate them. Just celebrate them. And of course, to do that, you can go straight to our YouTube. If you haven't subscribed already, on YouTube, we're at Voice of the People TV, and on all other social media platforms, we are at Voptv Live. All right, then, just in case you don't know, again, it is Gospel Fusion Live, and I am David E. And today, as usual, what we start off the show with is our first segment that is called the Gospel Music Roots, where we take you through a journey of how gospel music has changed and evolved over time in a particular place, and a particular race, and a particular people. And today is not an exception. Today we'll be going to Equatorial Guinea, and we'll be looking at how much gospel music has evolved, how much it has changed, so much, the people, the culture, and of course, the language of music, gospel music in that country. That is where we'll be taking you to. And of course, when we return, we'll be looking at which songs made it to our top 5 gospel songs of the week. But then again, let's take this break and tell you what and how gospel music has evolved in Equatorial Guinea. We'll be right back after this time.
Traditional gospel music genres in Equatorial Guinea. Mvet-style gospel, funk gospel tradition. Mvet is a traditional funk musical art form that combines storytelling, spirituality, and rhythmic instrumentation using the harp, sitar, and percussion. Historically performed to convey ancestral wisdom and hero tales, Mvet became a vessel for Christian expression following the arrival of missionaries in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Local converts began infusing Christian messages and biblical narratives into Mvet melodies, giving rise to a distinctly funk-style gospel tradition. Mvet gospel evolved from solo performances into ensemble-based worship forms, merging indigenous chants and polyrhythms with Western harmonic progressions. Modern adaptations now feature guitars, drums, and choral arrangements, maintaining the narrative depth of traditional Mvet while embracing contemporary gospel influences. Mvet gospel has preserved funk oral heritage while advancing Christian teaching. It strengthened faith through storytelling, connected generations through familiar rhythms, and became a bridge between traditional spirituality and modern worship.
Hold my hand, be my guide. Where are we?
Bubi Kora Gospel, Bioko Island Kora Tradition. On Bioko Island, the Bubi people's choral singing, characterized by layered vocal harmonies and minimal percussion, formed the foundation of sacred music. With Spanish Catholic and Protestant missions introducing Western hymns, Bubi choirs localized these melodies by infusing their unique vocal phrasing and tonal systems, creating an island-rooted choral gospel tradition. From small mission choirs to large city congregations, Bubi gospel music has evolved into refined ensemble performances featuring both Bubi and Spanish lyrics. Urban choirs have integrated piano, organ, and acoustic guitar accompaniments, while maintaining the intricate polyphonic harmonies that define their indigenous singing style. Bubi choral gospel has been vital in preserving the Bubi language and cultural identity, enriching Christian worship, and inspiring generations of vocalists. It remains a symbol of harmony and resilience among Bioco's communities.
Me quedaste pa' siempre así.
Coastal praise gospel, Now and Kom traditions. Along the coastal regions of Equatorial Guinea, the Now and Kom people's musical culture emphasized percussive rhythms, dance, and call and response singing. As Christianity spread through coastal missions, these dynamic performance styles were adapted for gospel worship, producing a vibrant form of praise music. Coastal gospel evolved into participatory worship experiences, integrating traditional drums, clapping, and body movement with Western hymn structures. In modern context, these rhythmic foundations have influenced urban gospel choirs and revival music, blending indigenous vitality with evangelical fervor. The genre fosters communal participation, celebrates
Killing me softly.
Island Creole gospel, Annobonese and Spanish-influenced tradition. On Annobon Island, a fusion of African, Iberian, and Latin musical influences birthed a unique Creole culture. Spanish-language hymns brought by missionaries merged with local dance rhythms and guitar melodies, producing an island-flavored gospel sound. Annobonese gospel music evolved into melodic, danceable worship songs with Latin harmonies, acoustic instrumentation, and bilingual lyrics. These songs often carry themes of hope, gratitude, and divine grace, blending island rhythm with Western melody. This gospel form bridges cultural and linguistic divides, promoting inclusion among diverse Christian groups. It has also shaped contemporary worship and inspired a generation of gospel artists who celebrate faith through music that reflects their multicultural identity. Influence on various ages and cultures. Throughout Equatorial Guinea's history, these gospel traditions have nurtured spiritual growth, cultural continuity, and intergenerational connection. By merging indigenous sounds with Christian themes, they have inspired both traditional and modern expressions of worship. From rural villages to urban churches, gospel music has become a vessel of hope, education, and unity, echoing the nation's diverse cultural heritage. Conclusion. The traditional gospel music genres of Equatorial Guinea, Mvesta gospel, Bubi choral gospel, coastal praise gospel, and island Creole gospel form the foundation of the nation's sacred musical identity. Their evolution reflects the creative fusion of African heritage, missionary influence, and local innovation. Collectively, they continue to shape Equatorial Guinea's spiritual and cultural landscape, serving as a timeless expression of faith and identity across generations.
Well, there you have it. What a journey that was. Again, sometimes, right, when I see these, so the woman that was just playing just a couple of seconds ago, the sound was a bit rhythmic to a point that I was kind of dancing here. And some persons might just not understand what that means. It simply means that there's been a major trajectory of gospel music in Equatorial Guinea to that level of beauty. I call it beauty because, trust me when I say this, when it started, it wasn't like that. And to this point that they are, definitely there's been some major progress. Well, because of our time, let's just jump right into the next segment of the show. Oh, yes, just in case you're just tuning in, it is Gospel Fusion Live right here on Voice of the People Television. And, well, it is the International Women's Day edition, and we're celebrating all of the women that, of course, have done great things in this time before afterlife. And of course, the ones that you know, we're celebrating every single woman today. So how best do we do that? We've told you, go straight to our comment section on YouTube. We're at Voice of the People TV. Drop your love, your comment of love for every single woman, be it your mother, your sister, your wife, your daughter, your niece. I mean, whoever that woman is, celebrate that person today, because it is International Women's Day. And you can go on all other social media platforms. On all the social media platforms, we are at VOPTV Live. Trust me, you just want to be a part of this conversation by dropping that, yes, that love for that woman. All right, let's jump right into it. We'll be telling you what songs made it to the top 5 gospel songs of the week this week, as ended yesterday. And I mean, this is one that I always look forward to, because again, gospel music consistently evolves over time in this country, and gospel music artists are doing amazingly well. And you definitely would agree with me that yes, it's also inspirational to always see this gospel music ministers shine out the kind of stuff that they shone out in recent time. All right, then let's take you through the top 5 gospel songs of the week. We'll be right back.
Top 5 Gospel Song of the Week.
Number 5. Number 4. Number 3.
No matter the case, Jesus are there on your lane. I no go hesitate.
Number 2. Number 1.
Treasures of this world can satisfy.
Gospel Fusion Live. Top 5 Gospel Song of the Week. Gospel Fusion Live. Top 5 Gospel Song of the Week.
Number 5. Number 4. Number 3.
No matter the case, Jesus are there on your lane. I no go hesitate.
Number 2. Number 1.
Treasures of this world can satisfy.
Gospel Fusion Live. Top 5 Gospel Song of the Week. Gospel Fusion Live. Top 5 Gospel Song of the Week.
Number 5. Number 4. Number 3.
No matter the case, Jesus are there on your lane. I no go hesitate.
Number 2. Number 1.
Treasures of this world can satisfy.
Gospel Fusion Live. Top 5 Gospel Song of the Week.
Well, in the words of William Shakespeare, if music is the food of love, play it on. Well, I dare want to twist it today that if good gospel music is truly the food for the soul, play it one more time. So that's why you had my team play that top 5 again and again and again. I mean, you saw it there, Ima, Oh My God, in the number 5 song there. And of course, I saw Bidemi Olaoba in that mix. I saw Ducey, I saw Sinach, I saw St. J. I mean, it was just a beautiful setup. Now, here's the thing. If you think that 1 or 2 songs did not make it into that list and you know those songs, do us a favor. Go straight to our comment section on YouTube. We're at Voice of the People TV, and on all other social media platforms, we are at VOPTV Live. Drop your comment session, your top 5, your own top 5 of the week, and let us see. It might just make it to our own top 5 song of the week. Well, that is something I can assure you. All right, then. It is still Gospel Fusion Live, the International Women's Day edition, and that is why we're celebrating women today. So before I go further, of course, you know we have a twist to the show right now. And that twist to the show is we either bring you some inspirational talks or we just make you relieve your body with some good laugh. And today, we'll be taking you to that journey. So let's take that very short break off having to give you an amazing, beautiful, good laugh. And we'll be right back to tell you what the conversation for today will be about. Stay with us.
Every nation with a sound that never dies, hop together never dies. Heartbeat of revival, let the spirit lead the way. Every reverend, every language, praising God in every way. This is gospel fusion.
This one, Pastor Ojina said I'm a pastor too, so I resigned. Yes, I was a pastor in campus fellowship. That's when I knew that I would not do this thing for life. Ah, man. You people are rich members. I was a campus fellowship. That should let you know that in the whole school, food not there. And they were calling me Papa, Papa, Papa. The thing was entering my head. Right? As a youngster, I was having white hair. I was like, what's happening? The name was working. Fellow students like me will call me Papa, I've not eaten. I will carry my food and give them until Papa almost died of hunger. One is always say Papa, I say I have a father too, don't Papa me. Both of us are students, we came to this school to look for a better future. See, God did not bring me here to be campus fellowship pastor. But what broke the camel's back, we went for missions, we call it missions. Anybody that attended castle here? So we went for missions after exam. The pastor that was meant to preach did not make it on the first day. So my pastor, now the president of the fellowship, was now like, the Holy Spirit told him to prepare a sermon that something might happen. So it was about 8 p.m. for him to go and preach. Prayer band team was praying behind the school. They now ran and came to meet us that one of the prayer band members just went blind. That we should come and pray for her. And I faced my pastor. Say, man of God, let's go. He said he needs to go and preach now. It's time for preaching. I said, so what will happen? He said, you are second in command. I said, for blindness. I said, man of God, are you serious? I said, I can preach. I prepare message too. He said, go and pray for the girl. I blackmailed God that day. And so I was going to say, God, nothing concern me. I'm a student. I will pray for her. If your eye not open, it's your name that did not work. Nobody will hold me. In fact, nobody knows I'm a pastor here. In data say they know that he's a student studying mechanical engineering. So I went back to the back. Truly, this guy was blind though. He could not see. I thought it was just normal because it was darkness. He really could not see. I don't even know why I prayed. Though. Just pray for her and eye open. Hey, again now. Yes, it's good to clap. I've opened blind eye. Only one. I've left them. Don't bring any blind person my way. We'll bring her to Pastor Uchi. I now asked her, my sister, how did you get blind? He says they were praying. The Lord opened her eyes and saw one woman that was walking to come and disrupt the program. So the prayer was so much, the woman was going back. She now followed her. The woman now turned and slapped her. I said, why did you follow her? She was already going back. What if your eye did not open? So that's that I knew that I can't do this work. As I graduated from the core. I said I will make others' life where Pastor Uche bless.
It's my friend and brother, MC Forever. Sometimes when I look at some of these guys, I just laugh at it because he's one who, again, like you heard him earlier, studied mechanical engineering, and I mean, it's just beautiful. We hope to have him here pretty soon. I mean, you know how we do. We just don't talk. We fulfill our promise. All right, then, let's jump right into the conversation. Just in case you don't know, it is still Gospel Fusion Live. And of course, we are having the International Women's Day edition. And today, we'll be talking about something pretty important. My guys at the back are still putting a gospel music roots. But we're talking something very important, and we're talking procrastination. Well, again, this is something that as Christians we shouldn't, you know, get ourselves involved with. First off, procrastination. For some Christians, right, we call it the thief of time. But no, the definition of procrastination is what we're talking about today. We'll also be talking about the meaning. Yes, that's the definition. We'll be talking about the causes, the impact, and the implication. Plus, we'll be talking about the solution if we have a bit of time. I am foreseeing that we will have to continue this series. But what is procrastination? You know, interestingly, procrastination is not laziness or poor time management. No, like some people want to say it is. No, procrastination is not laziness. Neither is it poor time management. It is an emotional regulation problem disguised as a time management problem. It is an emotional regulation problem disguised as a time management problem. Now, at its core, procrastination is the voluntary delay of an intended action despite expecting to be worse off for the delay. So it's a self-defeating behavior, really. It's a self-defeating behavior pattern where we prioritize short-term mood repair over long-term goal achievement. Now, let me explain a little bit. Sometimes, the moment we look at, you know, the long-term goal achievement of a particular goal, dream, aspiration, whatever it is, we find ourselves procrastinating it because in the short while, it's favoring us. No, it is wrong. It is wrong. And again, it is very critical that we should carefully look at these particular behavior because it's a behavior. It's not something that we should celebrate. It's not something that we should be doing, even as Christians or as individuals. Now, the critical distinction of procrastination is delaying, right? And it can be strategic. More like because you want to wait for a better information, wait for better timing or resources. That is one critical distinction of procrastination. Another critical distinction of procrastination is the fact that we are irrationally holding back. And it creates internal conflicts within us. So we start having this conflicted mind of wanting to do it or not wanting to do it, or, you know, we just want to push or not want to push. Come on, it is wrong. It's a wrong behavior and a bad behavior that we need to carefully do away with. Now, we're in 2026 already, and some are procrastinating on achieving that dream, on achieving that goal, on achieving that particular intent or plan that you have planned. It's weird, really, very, very weird. Now, the procrastination equation, according to Steele, S-T-E-E-L, in 2007, is that procrastination occurs when motivation equals expectancy multiplied by value over impulsiveness multiplied by delay. That's where procrastination comes. And trust me, when you start saying the next day, tomorrow, after, that's a very, very deadly thing to do. Because if God has committed a dream, an aspiration, a plan into your hands, you don't have a choice. You have to work and work so hard to making sure that that particular thing comes to fruition. Now, we'll be talking about the causes of procrastination. Interestingly, as it were, there are several causes to it. And the multi-layered origins of these causes is what we're looking at. Now, the first one we want to deal with carefully is psychological causes of procrastination. Now, you see on your screen, don't wait until tomorrow. That's a major advice for people who want to procrastinate. But let me tell you about the causes of procrastination. And the psychological path is what we're dealing with first. Fear of failure. Fear of failure is one. And the mechanism of the fear of failure is that you are going to be, on one part, you want to protect your ego protection. Ego protection begets a lot of procrastination, right? Because you don't want to be seen as self-handicapping. So if you fear to fail, one thing that you will be doing, that the one thing that causes it is ego protection. You want to protect your ego so people don't say, this one that failed in that thing. Come on, man. It's not a sickness. Neither is it a disease. Neither is it a sin that you should fail. No. It only means that you know how to do it better the next time. So fear of failure is one cause. And of course, I'm talking about the psychological causes of procrastination. The second psychological cause of procrastination is the fear of success. Now, I don't know about you, but I've seen one or two persons who really fear success. Now, the mechanism for fear of success is simple. Unconscious fear of change. I've seen people really, because on one part, they believe if they succeed, there will be a major change and higher expectation of them. And so they don't want to go that angle of wanting to succeed. I've seen one or two persons like that. And they're just comfortable where they are. They don't want to do better. They don't want to, achieve more. That is wrong. If God has committed something into your hands, you don't have a choice. You have to put in the work. And putting in the work simply means you do not have to procrastinate. So sometimes when we do these things, we only shoot ourselves in the leg, even as Christians, because the Bible says we are the light of the world. You cannot shine when you put your light under the bushel or under the bed. You have to come out and shine. Now, how do you come out and shine? Start doing the work. Stop procrastinating. For some, God has committed something beautiful into your hands in 2026, and you're not even thinking. You're not even thinking of wanting to do it for some of the psychological reasons of procrastination that I've just mentioned right now. And of course, the fear of success, the fear of failure. Some of these things, really, it's not what you should be considering because, hey, God gave it to you. And he gave it to you not just for you, because every blessing of God are rich and no sorrow. And the blessing of God on your life is not just for you. Sometimes it's even generational. So we need to get to start doing these things right. Another psychological cause of procrastination is perfectionism. I know some persons as well who are super perfectionists. My goodness, you cannot talk them off anything perfectionism. You cannot. Look, if you want to consistently want to try to be perfect, you will only be procrastinating. Now, the only thing that came to my mind with this psychological cause of perfection, of procrastination, which is perfectionism, is the part of the Bible that says, "Be ye perfect, even as your heavenly Father is." So, what that means to me is we would be striving to be perfect. Now, I know it is holy. Don't get me wrong. The portion of the Bible states holiness. Holiness for me is perfection. I mean, that's the only way I can, express it even further. So perfection on its own can cause you to procrastinate. And people who are perfectionists, it is either all or nothing. And sometimes these things are not helping. It is best sometimes to start even small. The children of Israel, when God was taking them off, Egypt to the promised land, they went through the wilderness. Now, one thing that I also observe in that story is the fact that they did not enjoy the journey. Now, I say that to say this, that in your quest for perfectionism, you need to enjoy the journey. You need to start small. So that part of all or nothing, sometimes is not needed. And it makes one procrastinate. So if you're one person who is a person of perfection attitude, it is simple. Try as much as you can to not toe that mechanism of all or nothing. And because that thinking alone brings some level of paralysis to the plan and the purpose of God in your life. Now, another psychological cause of procrastination is low self-efficacy. Now, here's the thing. There are some people who doubt their capability to execute or cope with a task that has been given to them. That is clearly an act of low self-efficacy, and that would make you as a person procrastinate the plan, procrastinate the task, procrastinate that dream. So if you doubt your capability as a person, that's even a recipe for failure on its own. So we need to carefully and cautiously try not to see ourselves in these lights. This is a major behavioral wrongdoing that we need to correct as Christians and as individuals. Trust me when I say this, procrastination is not something you want to keep doing. You just would find yourself failing over and over again because, not even failure now, you see yourself stagnant. You're not even moving forward and you're not going backward. And that's because of procrastination. So if you see yourself, if you are that kind of person who doubts your capability, tell yourself that I can do it, no matter how very tough that task, that dream, that aspiration is. Now, guess what happens when you do it and fail? You have only learned how to do it better the next time. And that's where experience counts. That's where experience comes in. So when you do something, the one who created the light bulb failed several times. The person of Elon Musk also failed several times. If you read the stories of these people, you will understand that they did fail several times until they came to the point where they now knew how to do it better. I tell you for a fact, even the microblogging platform X is still advancing by the day. So you do not, my mom will always say, Rome is not built in a day. You do not build your Rome in a day. It takes a process. Yes, it takes a process. So if you're one who is low on self-efficacy, it's very simple. Stop doubting your capability to execute or cope with that task. Another major psychological cause of procrastination is rebellion or autonomy. Now, if you are a rebellious person, now trust me, even as Christians, there are some people who are rebellious. I'm not capping. I'm not capping at all. But the mechanism to all of this is the fact that they are reactant against external control. Now, some persons do not like people getting involved in their business. And I'm sorry, a tree does not make a full forest. There are other trees around it. There are other leaves around it as well. Now, what that means is that you need one or two persons so that you can do better with you. So what that also means is if you find yourself as a loner who believes you can by yourself strike for yourself or achieve all of the things for yourself, it's not even possible because you know it. So you need to let go of the act because guess what? That particular act helps you to procrastinate that task, that goal, that vision, because you would not want to get other people involved. You want to possibly work until you earn that millions and billions to do that project. You've procrastinated. Time is of essence. I tell everybody who's around me, time is of essence. If you do not value your time, you possibly would not value the time of every other person around you. And that's not a good thing at all. Procrastination truly, truly has to do with these acts that I've mentioned over time, and of course the psychological causes of it. Now let's look at the neurobiological causes of procrastination. Now, interestingly, somebody would want to say, are you serious? There is a neurobiological cause to procrastination. Yes, there is. And one of it is the prefrontal cortex versus the limbic system. Now, the rational planning brain loses to the emotional reward seeking brain. I take that again. The rational planning brain loses to the emotional reward seeking brain. Now, what that simply means in the neurobiological cause of procrastination is that your brain sometimes might not just want to plan. And that's why it loses to you just aligning with some persons, and then you are rewarded for what you've done for that person. So emotionally, you are all wired to, get that reward seeking act from some other people, rather than you starting off your own thing by way of planning and not procrastinating to want to do your own thing, and then going to just build the dream of some other people. I'm making sense. I strongly believe I'm making sense with what I just said now. So it is very important that we understand that, yes, on the neurobiological cause, the prefrontal cortex versus the limbic system, which again is what I've explained earlier, have that consistent battle. So it is very important that we understand this. Still talking on the neurobiological causes of procrastination, dopamine deregulation is another one. Now, what do I mean? So for some layman listening and watching right now, I'm using some very huge jargon that has to do with the medical sector, but I'm going to explain it also. Preference for immediate reward, like social media, snacks, over delayed rewards, that's project completion. Some persons, now that's what I mean by dopamine deregulation, right? Sometimes the preference for immediate reward catches up with us, and we lose focus on wanting to plan. I mean, I said it earlier, right? The moment you do not feel the urge or the need to complete a project and plan before completing the project, because for some persons, they just feel, it's a long time for me to achieve and accomplish this particular deal, or this particular task, or this particular project, or this particular vision. That long time was what it took the same person you are going to work for. And that person truly, truly, truly was ready to absorb the pain of that journey to get to that point where you came in to help achieve a bit more in the story of that person. So it is best when you have a vision, when you have a plan, when you have a dream, when you have an aspiration, when you have a task. Do not procrastinate it because of immediate reward. No. It is best you sit yourself back, write out the plan, workable and actionable a plan that would help implement that dream, that would help implement that vision, that would help do better with that particular aspiration that you're aiming for. So we need to carefully look at these acts of procrastination. Another neurobiological cause of procrastination is executive function deficits. Now, working memory, task initiation, and inhibition control challenges, commonly known as ADHD, now I'm using some health terms here, is another major neurobiological cause of procrastination. Trust me when I say this, working memory, task initiation, and inhibition control challenges is something that we all need to work on as individuals. So you could ask a doctor, how can you navigate through the neurobiological cause of procrastination if the way I've explained it right now is what you are experiencing as a person and as your reason for procrastinating? Sometimes it's best that you seek medical help and they'll tell you how to go about this. Now, let's come to the emotional causes of procrastination. Guess what? Procrastination is primarily emotional avoidance. So that's where I was going in the long run. Procrastination really is primarily emotional avoidance. Now, one of the emotional causes is boredom intolerance. Now, what do I mean? Tasks perceived as tedious trigger escape behavior. So if you think maybe your dream, or yes, the dream you want to achieve is getting that ICANN certification for all of the accountants that are watching right now, and you think on one part it is tedious to achieve it based on some of the things that you're going through right now, that simply on its own will, trigger the boredom intolerance in you, and you just feel, okay, let me just leave it, I beg. Let me continue with this work, and then continue with the work without that certification, the ICANN certification that you're supposed to have gotten. That, of course, would help you gain more, levels in your accounting profession. You really want to do that? So when you look at this, situation, it's very clear, very, very clear. You, for a person who know what you want, should be able to talk yourself into it. Now, another emotional cause of procrastination is anxiety intolerance. The first one was boredom intolerance. The second one is anxiety intolerance. Now, what do I mean? Uncertainty about outcomes creates avoidance. For some persons, they feel, if I should embark on this thing, what will come out of it? Let me not do it again. So, like I said, procrastination is primarily emotional avoidance. So, if that is you, you have this anxiety, intolerance, certainly you will be, at default, you will be procrastinating. So it is very best that we carefully look at how best we can get ourselves into it emotionally. And of course, working on our anxiety. Look, if God gives you the dream, trust me, He'll pay the bills. All He needs you is just to put in the work, right? Moses was going to give all of the excuses to God when God called him in the burning bush. He said, I'm a stammerer. What am I going to go tell Pharaoh? Who should I even tell him that sent? And God told him, tell him I am sent you. So what that simply also means is you need to work on your intolerable anxiety. Trust me, that alone can make you not do anything progressively. So let's move on. Another emotional cause or causes of procrastination is frustration intolerance. Now, remember, I said the first one is boredom intolerance, anxiety intolerance. Now we're talking about frustration intolerance. What do I mean? Discomfort with effort that leads to distraction. Now, sometimes if you started a journey and then you get to a point, your efforts have led you to one path that is making you a bit distracted. Guess what? That point of your distraction brings up frustration, and boom, you let it go. You wouldn't want to continue that project anymore. No, that's not what you're supposed to do. Frustration intolerance, trust me, can be one major act that you are supposed to work on, and that is going to help you kill procrastination in your life. So it's very important that we look into these that have been reeling out all the while, and we work on ourselves. Now, I'm also going to now give us the final one, the final cause of procrastination, which is situational or cultural causes of procrastination. I'm going to let you, because of time, really. Maybe that's where I'm going to draw anchor, and then we'll continue some other time in the course of it. Now, situational or cultural causes of procrastination, one of it is tax evasiveness. I'm not talking tax reforms, no. I'm talking job evasiveness. What does that mean? Abstract, ambiguous, unstructured, or meaningless tax. Now, some people, for some reason, they just, wake up and start thinking of wanting to achieve a very meaningless task. Come on. Or a very meaningless vision or goal, as it were. In this particular one, if the task is ambiguous or abstract, that does not align with your value or your person, trust me, the moment you start it, you will stop it, because you would so hit some blocks and bricks that you would drop it immediately. And then, of course, that's where procrastination of wanting to continue comes up. So it's very important, very, very important that we're making sure that our goals are, not having the situational or cultural causes of procrastination. Another cause of another situational or cultural causes of procrastination is lack of autonomy. Lack of autonomy. Now, what do I mean? Externally imposed deadlines without internal buy-in. Now, you set some deadline for yourself. Let me explain it. You set some deadline for yourselves, and internally, you've not done what you're supposed to do in terms of maybe getting your equipment, or in terms of calling some persons who are supposed to help you internally. You're not doing that. Come on. Carefully, the external deadline that you've given to yourself would be affected as a result of you not putting in that internal buy-in time and that internal buy-in, work that would make you want to continue that particular task or that particular goal or that particular vision. So in that way, procrastination definitely will set in. I surely hope that I made some sense with what I just explained. And because of our time, really, let me give you two more situational or cultural causes of procrastination. Digital environments. That's another one. Attention economy designed to fragment focus. That's what a digital environment can cause for one to procrastinate. Attention economy designed to fragment focus. Now, if you're one who is not thinking of going digital in 2026, I'm sorry, whatever business, whatever project that you have, you might be going or calling for doom of that business, because, hey, the world is going digital, technology, AI, it's really, 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 really becoming huge. So if your goal is not aligning with, or your goal is experiencing setback of digitalization, definitely you will procrastinate in it. Let's say, for instance, you are in one maybe local area where, again, you look at it and before you possibly would see a cyber cafe, you have to go on a major journey. Your kind of dream, if it has to, have you type, have you maybe used a broader internet or a laptop because you don't have, or a system because you don't have, you definitely will be procrastinating that kind of goal, that kind of dream, that kind of vision, because of the environment you found yourself. That's what I mean by digital environment. So you have to align with digitalization of the world so that you would not be procrastinating that goal, that vision, that dream, and of course that aspiration. And then finally, hustle culture paradox. Hustle culture paradox. I'm talking about the situational and cultural causes of procrastination. Now, the last one is hustle culture paradox. Overwhelmed from unrealistic productivity expectation leads to shutdown. Again, like I said, you do not need to go ambiguous on some of your goals that you know for a fact that you do not have that funding. You need to carefully look at it, because the hustling spirit in you might be there, but because it is your productivity expectation is large, and because your task and your goal is extra large, you definitely be overwhelmed, really, from the unrealistic productivity that you'll be getting as a result of that hustling spirit. And of course, your goal that is being so ambiguous, not checkmating what you have to aim for that particular goal. I'm making a lot of sense, trust me, and I know I am. But then this is about where we have to draw anchor on these particular conversation. Trust me, we will continue with these. I mean, procrastination is huge. It's something that has eaten so deep to some people, and their dreams, their hopes, their aspirations have been bastardized as a result of this. And this is not a good thing at all. It is not a good thing at all. So we need to carefully look at it, right? Now, God willing, next week, we will be talking about the impact of procrastination. And of course, when we talk about the impact, we'll carefully be looking at how we are also going to be having to manage procrastination and the solution to it as well. This is where we have to draw anchor on the conversation. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who made the production possible, from the director, to the bars person, to the sound person, to the index person. I want to say a big thank you to you guys for consistently making this work for me every other time. And yes, it is the International Women's Day edition, and I want to say super happy congratulations. Yes, I mixed those words together. Happy congratulations to every beautiful woman out there, be you any kind of woman. Yes, we're celebrating you, and we only would say stay strong. We believe in you. You are much more than who you are. All right, gotta go. Congratulations to everyone celebrating whatever be the celebration. David E. saying, do have a beautiful week ahead. It's the start of a beautiful week. Do have a beautiful week ahead. Don't forget, every day is a plus. And as all time, consistently pray for Nigeria, because there is no great nation like ours. Have an amazing week ahead. God bless Nigeria, and God bless you.
Welcome to the rhythm of heaven, where every voice, every soul, every sound comes together in harmony. This is Gospel Fusion. This is Gospel Fusion. From the streets to the steeple, from the young to the wise. With every nation, with a sound that never dies. Hop together, never dies. Heartbeat of revival. Let the Spirit lead the way.
than a voice. The red carpets, awards, the razzmatazz, music, fashion, interviews, and more. Spotlight on Voice of the People Television. Let's feed you with all the juicy stories in the global entertainment space, bringing you the glitz and glamour as they hot. Stay into Spotlight, 1 p.m. Monday to Friday. Spotlight on VOP TV. Entertainment like never before. Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
My name is Tao Familoni, and here's to VOP TV. Keep watching, stay tuned, do not touch that dial.
Arararara, my name is Made Kuti and you're watching BOP TV. Keep watching.
Welcome, my name is Zika Davis. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, boys, viewers, everybody, boys and girls. This is VOP TV. Do you know what that means? Voice of the People TV. You don't have a voice, don't come here. You better make sure your voice is...
Behind every broken decks lies a broken promise. Education shapes the nations, but who is asking the right questions? Introducing Edu Dialogue, the show that goes beyond the surface, exposes the cracks, the corruption, and the silence in Nigeria's education system. Edu Dialogue, Saturdays, 3 p.m., only on VOP TV. We break the biggest stories, from missing funds to policy failures. We ask the tough questions and demand real answers. Edu Dialogue, this Saturday, 3 p.m. on Voice of the People Television.
We encourage you to click on the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Voice of the People TV. Also follow us on all our social media platforms. We are at VOP TV Live. Visit our website www.vop.ng for fresh and trending news. Also watch us live on SLTV channel 264. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television.
This is African News on Voice of the People Television, where we don't just bring you the news, we bring you Africa's heartbeats, the policies that shapes our world, and the economy that determines our future. African News on Voice of the People Television. Stay with us.
But it's time, let the praise wave ride. It's Praise Wave Live. Oh yeah, the rhythm of grace we testify. Let's go. He turned our mourning into dancing, our silence into shouting. It's Praise Wave Live. Let the glory rise. We're riding the wave. Every moment, every tribe. Praise wave, lift him up. Praise wave, don't stop now. Praise wave, all day, all night. Once we're live, let the world ignite.
Well, it's a beautiful day to celebrate God, and as always, we are back in the air. It is Praise Wave Live right here on your number one Voice of the People Television, and of course, world famous DJ Ibam is here as always. And I can tell you for a fact that today is an exciting moment, and I cannot wait, because trust me when I say this, world famous DJ Ibam is very ready to take us through one full hour of amazing gospel tunes. And I can only assure you that one thing is certain, you will definitely be losing some weight after putting on your praise. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get to it almost immediately. I'm very certain your dancing shoes are on. My dancing shoes are on. And we are very much ready because world famous DJ Ivan is very much ready to take us through this 1 full hour of amazing praise. So the one who deserves all our praise. Hey, without wasting further time, world famous DJ Ivan, let's go.